Hello, my name is Patricia Woods and I am the Assistive Technology Specialist at the Neil Squire Society. This presentation is the third of 4 presentations which provide an introduction to assistive technology for computer access. Part 1 was an overview of assistive technology. Part 2 covered assistive technology for monitors. This part provides an overview of the assistive technology keyboards that are available. Part 4 will cover the various types of assistive technology mice. Please note that this presentation will advance by itself. All you need to do is observe and listen. I will read and explain all information as we go along. The topics covered in this presentation are: why are keyboards such a problem? What types of assistive technology keyboards are available? The features of these AT keyboards, and some of the software solutions for keyboarding problems. Even if you do not have any problems using a keyboard at this time, please be aware that many people have sustained injuries to their hands and wrists from overuse of a standard computer keyboard. Hopefully, you will never experience a repetitive strain injury from typing, but it may be helpful for you to be aware of the options available in case you ever are faced with even temporary issues with your hands or wrists. The first topic we are going to cover is why keyboards are such a problem. In this next picture, we show you the position of your hands and wrists for keyboarding. As you can see, the hands are lifted and the wrists are twisted to the side. We need to be aware of the fact that the layout and design of the keyboard is based on the old typewriter. The layout for the typewriter was designed in 1860. The keys were organized in order to slow a typist down and minimize key jams. At the time, body positioning and ergonomic principles were not considered. Unfortunately, although alternative layouts and designs have been proposed, the computer manufacturing industry has stuck with the layout taught to most touch typists. Our keyboarding problems arise from the resulting position that is required to operate a keyboard. First, you must be able to bend your elbow. Then you must be able to turn your forearm so that your palm is facing down. Next, you must be able to pull up on your wrist. And finally, you must be able to bend your wrist to the little finger side. This position may be difficult or impossible for a person with a disability. Even if you can do all of these movements, problems may arise when you do them for hours at a time. The body was not designed to sustain this kind of activity for a prolonged period. Unfortunately, we get so involved in using the computer that we lose our awareness of our body position. If I asked you to sit in a position that you use for typing and to hold that position for the next 8 hours while you watch TV, you would tire very quickly. This is what we do every day in an office environment. Let's also remember that AT keyboards are only an option. Many problems can be averted by adopting good posture habits, positioning the keyboard according to ergonomic principles, taking regular breaks, and stretching on a regular basis. Now let's look at what types of assistive technology keyboards are available. I have organized the various types of assistive technology keyboards into the following categories: fixed split keyboards, adjustable split keyboards, contoured keyboards, miniature keyboards, vertical keyboards, combination keyboards, chording keyboards, and finally assistive technology software. Now let's cover some of the main features of these AT keyboard categories. Fixed split keyboards are the most common assistive technology keyboards in the market today. They are available at your local office retail stores, such as Staples and Office Depot. They are commonly referred to as either ergonomic or wave keyboards. These keyboards are designed to improve the alignment of your wrist. A fixed split keyboard splits the keys into 3 sections. The main keyboard sections are angled towards your right and left hands and sloped upward in the middle. This sloping is called tenting. The numeric keypad remains flat on the right side of the keyboard. The next category is the adjustable split keyboards. These keyboards are similar to the fixed split keyboards. However, they allow for the adjustment of both the angle to align to your wrists and the tenting height. With an adjustable split keyboard, you can adjust the positioning of the left and right sections of the keyboard and set the slope of the keyboard. One of the advantages of this type of keyboard is that it can be customized for an individual, and it enables the changing of this position over the course of the day. This can be beneficial for people with certain disabilities. For example, we have found that the adjustability of this keyboard can provide comfort and pain relief to people with arthritis. Next, we will look at contoured keyboards. With contoured keyboards, the keys follow curves to closely match the natural position and movement of the fingers. This reduces the amount of finger travel to the keys. Several of the keys are also relocated from the little finger to be operated by the thumb, a stronger digit. Many people with repetitive strain injuries find this type. The next category of keyboards are the miniature keyboards. These keyboards are much smaller than the standard-sized keyboard and are recommended for one-handed typists. Using a smaller keyboard will reduce the travel distance required to type keys with one hand. The keyboards should be positioned to either the right or left-hand side to reduce arm movement. Since the layout of the keys is similar to a standard keyboard, this option does not require extensive training. Here we have one of the more unusual looking keyboards. This is called a vertical keyboard. With the vertical keyboard, the standard keyboard's right and left sections are placed in an upright position. This position is considered the neutral position for forearms and hands. If you drop your hands to your side and then lift them straight up, you'll find that you are in the proper position for using this keyboard. For anybody who has difficulty twisting their arms so that their palm is facing downward, this keyboard may be a good alternative. However, holding your hands in this vertical position can be tiring. Combination keyboards are keyboards that have both keys for typing and a device for mouse control. These keyboards are available in both standard and miniature sizes. The pointing device can be either a touchpad or a trackball. Learning to use this keyboard usually does not require specialized training. This keyboard is sometimes preferred by someone who experiences spasms or tremors. The advantage of this keyboard is that when the mouse control is integrated into the keyboard, an inadvertent spasm won't send the mouse flying across the room. Another specialized type of keyboard is the chording keyboard. This category of keyboards describes keyboards where two actions are required in order to type most of the letters. The keyboard shown in the picture is called the bat, and it is typically used by one-handed typists. Each of the chording keyboards requires very different chording techniques. In order to use any of the keyboards in this category, training is required. Another chording keyboard designed for one-handed typing is the half QWERTY keyboard. This keyboard looks like a standard keyboard. Another example of a chording keyboard is the Orbitouch keyboard. This keyboard is very unusual because it does not have any standard keys on it. To type on this keyboard, you slide the discs in one of 8 directions. It is necessary to coordinate the color selection on the right disc with the letter selection on the left disc to type a letter. This device also provides mouse control. You are probably wondering who would be using this type of keyboard. It is a very unusual keyboard and is only suitable for a small group of people. We had one client who had lost all of their fingers due to diabetes. They were able to use the palm of their hands on the discs of this keyboard to type. There are some other keyboards which do not fit into any of the previous categories. The first one is the left-handed keyboard. This is similar to a standard keyboard, however, the numeric keypad is now on the left side. The Big Keys keyboard. Each one of the keys on this keyboard is 1 inch square. This keyboard might be recommended for someone who has a vision impairment, or someone who has a physical impairment which makes it difficult for them to press the smaller keys on a standard keyboard. And one of my favorites, a keyboard with a key guard. This is a standard keyboard which has a cover over it. There are holes in the cover which are aligned with each one of the keys. This allows you to press your finger down through the hole to type the key. This keyboard may be helpful for somebody who experiences spasms or tremors. The keyguard provides a place where you can rest your hands without accidentally typing any keys. Let's start with the options that are available as part of the Windows operating system. These are called the accessibility properties. The first option is a very useful one, and it is called sticky keys. When this option is turned on, it enables you to type a capital letter through two separate keystrokes, instead of having to hold down the Shift key while you are pressing the letter key. This option also works with the Control and the Alt keys. Once this feature is turned on, you can type a capital letter by pressing the Shift key and releasing it, then pressing the letter key. The computer will then type a capital letter for you and automatically switch back to the lowercase letters. This option was initially designed for people who type with one hand. However, it is useful for many other people as it reduces the strain on your little finger. The next option under the Windows accessibility properties is called filter keys. This option changes the responsiveness of the keyboard. You may have noticed that when you hold down a key on the keyboard, it will be typed repeatedly on the screen. The Filter Keys option lets you adjust how quickly this repeating action will begin and how fast it will repeat. If you find that as you type you see double letters being typed on the screen when you did not want them, this option should be selected and adjusted for you. The last option under the Windows accessibility properties is called Toggle Keys. This option provides an auditory warning when the caps lock, num lock, or scroll lock keys are pressed. If you find that occasionally you accidentally hit the caps lock key instead of the Shift key, this would be a useful option to turn on. Another software option to help you type is to use a program which provides either word prediction or word completion. When using this type of software, a list of possible words is displayed as you type. The software will then complete the typing for you. This type of software can be beneficial for someone who types slowly or someone who has difficulty with spelling or accuracy. The next three types of assistive technology are designed for people who cannot access any type of physical keyboard. The first option is to type by Morse code. To do this, you will need to be able to control a single or double switch. The switch may be something that you tap, touch, or even blow into. By activating the switch, you can type using a series of dots and dashes called Morse code. Although this may sound like a very old-fashioned way of typing, it can be very effective, and we have several clients who type at over 30 words per minute using this technique. Another option for someone who cannot use a standard keyboard is to use an on-screen keyboard. When using this type of software program, it displays an image of a keyboard on your screen. You can then use your mouse to point to the letters and click them to type. This may look like a slow way to type. However, you can combine it with a word prediction feature to increase the number of letters that are typed with a single click. In this example, we have typed the word time with 2 clicks of the mouse. Another way to use an on-screen keyboard is to set it up as a scanning keyboard. This type of keyboard is used with either a single switch or a dual switch. To begin the scan process, you click your switch, and the first row on the on-screen keyboard will be highlighted. The highlight will automatically move down 1 row at a time. When the highlight reaches the row that contains the letter that you want to type, just click your switch again. Now the keys across the row will be highlighted one at a time. Once again, you will have to wait until the key that you want to type is highlighted before pressing your switch. Hit the switch and the letter is typed. This method may seem very slow, however it can enable somebody who can control only one muscle in their body to control a computer. One of the most popular options for typing is to use your voice. The software program that enables you to do this is called Dragon Naturally Speaking. This program has been on the market for almost 20 years, but has only recently become good enough to be a useful tool. The program recognizes your speech phrase by phrase. Using this technique, it can make a very accurate guess at what you are saying based on not just what it hears, but also which words that it expects to see together. Although this software can be very accurate, there are some conditions to achieve that level of accuracy. You must have a calm and clear voice. Your pronunciation must be consistent. This is especially important if you have an accent. You must have a good understanding of English grammar, as the program uses the structure of the English language to make its best guess about what you have said. It is helpful if you have a good working knowledge of computers prior to learning Dragon Naturally Speaking. You will need patience and determination to make this a good option for you. The workplace environment must be conducive to using voice recognition. If there is a lot of noise or a lot of interruptions in the workplace, voice recognition may not be a good option. This software also requires a lot of computer resources, so the system that you are running it on must be fairly new.